as well,
Mm.
which is like, yeah. But like I actually seen a couple of those in the sex store, but I've never owned one, so I don't know. I would prefer, like, for thrusting, I would prefer an actual man, I would say. Hmm.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I'm not someone who tends to like penetrative action. Like even in terms of like, you know, being with men, I never come from the penetrative, like pat, pat, pat. Like that's not the part that I like of the sexual encounter. I'm more into the foreplay, which is, I guess, why I prefer to, you know, be sexual with women. Um, but yeah, I think if you're kind of like me and you don't get a lot of stimulation from like the penetrative side, then I would personally recommend go more for like the stimulant toys, like the vibrators. You can get ones that are not too girthy, like, so if you're not like, if you don't really like a lot of girth, if you just prefer like clitoral stimulation, that kind of thing, then you might be better off with something like a bullet or like a kind of medium sized wand that's not too girthy. So
yeah,
then that way you can put it in, but you don't have to like really like emulate the feeling of like a dick going in and out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, like, I mean, for that, you should probably go on Tinder, I think,
Yeah,
if you're
might as
single.
well.
Okay, so then we have butt plugs. Then we
Anal
have,
plug.
yeah, which also can come vibrating, non-vibrating, in silicone or glass or metal. And it also has, like, diamonds, feathers, fur, every single thing that you think of. Then we have anal beads, which could be
Mm-hmm.
this long. And then we have prostate massager, which also
Mm-hmm.
could be vibrating and non-vibrating. And
We
oh
also have
yeah,
fleshlights. So talking about male toys like fleshlights as well. So they're essentially like a model pussy. So it's something for men to, you know, stick their penis in and it feels all warm and moist and it's just like a real pussy.
and it's
So
like,
yeah,
it's
we
also
have
like
those.
tight. So I think the whole thing is like it's thrusting as well, like masturbating, and it's also like squeezing, I think.
Yeah, you have different types of ones. Some of them are just kind of like, you know, some of them even like have heating mode, so it kind of gets like warm. And some of them are like self-lubricating, so it can get like wet. And yeah, modern technology has changed the sex toy industry, people. Like they're getting
Okay.
real intelligent now.
Yes.
Self-lubricating, self-heating pussy.
Yeah. Dang.
Toy.
Anyways, then we have, which reminds me of rabbit thing, which
Mm-hmm.
is a dildo with a clit stimulation in shape of bunny, which it was like, or
Mm-hmm.
rabbit, whatever you prefer, which I think will also like a hit of 2000s.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I,
They feel dated now.
yeah, but they, like, for now, I would say they're like enormous, like the old school like type. And they also on the battery, which I think is not really cool because, I mean, batteries are expensive. And why would you use
Right.
batteries if you have USB? And you cannot go like with batteries, I think, to the shower. I don't think it's waterproof with batteries.
Yeah, see that's the best thing about a lot of the modern day sex toys. Like most of them now have USB chargers, so it just means longevity in terms of like the toys usage, but it also is just like a lot easier because like most of them will use like the micro USB cable, which all of us have for other devices. So you're not having to go out on battery runs. And you know, normally the price point difference is like, you know, toys that are like battery operated will be a lot cheaper, and the USB ones will be more expensive. But it's a fallacy, guys, because if you think about it, the amount of money that you're going to spend like long term on batteries that you're having to replace all the time, it's going to work out either the same or actually more expensive. So you're much better off going for like a more expensive, better quality product that's USB. It's just going to save you so much time. And it's normally going to be a better design because if you think about something having to like, you know, accommodate for batteries, it's going to make the design more bulky, which is I think what you were talking about in terms of like those old school rabbits, like they were really huge because they literally had like battery packs attached. So
So like
with the USB
triple
it can
battery.
be very like, you know, non-existent, you don't really see it, it takes you like further into the illusion.
Yeah. I think actually Swackham has really nice rabbits, but it's so like chic, I would say. I mean, like, you look at that,
Mm-hmm.
you don't see bunny, like actual, like, little face, ears. You see the shape of it, which is like, kind of there because, again, if I'm buying a sex toy, I don't want to see a butterfly on it. Okay. I don't want it shaped.
Right.
I want a shape of a butterfly, but I don't want to see a butterfly, like eyes, like
Yeah, it's weird.
that's creepy, So no. And going back to yeah, there's sorry, continuing to the topic of the dildos with a rabbit. There are also like G-spot vibrators, which also usually goes with or without the clit stimulation, and A-spot. Have you ever heard about A-spot?
I've never heard of A spot. What does the A
So
stand for?
apparently it's like even deeper than G-spot. And then some people are actually now debating that G-spot is actually don't exist, but it's not scientifically proven yet, whatever. It's another whole story and topic. But A-spot apparently is like a way like higher and deeper. And then they use like a specific A-spot like vibrator that you can see here, which looks like kind of scary for me because it's like it's longer and it has like a ball on it to like probably like I don't know, reach it,
Stimulate the A spot, I guess.
reach and stimulate. So yeah, and I don't know, it kind of looks, I don't know, it scares me. It's way deep, It's like I don't know. But anyways, if you like think that, if you feel that your A spot is something that you need to try, I think those are the ones that you need to try. Apparently there's A spot, G spot, too many spots to reach. Oh my God, I feel overwhelmed
Yeah.
already. But anyways, and then besides those, I think, yeah, I would say also there's like a cock ring.
Hmm.
Yeah, which also could be as a part of BDSM play, and also I think is like cock cage as well. But we're gonna go into that a little bit later on. And there's also obviously a stimulating, vibrating ring. Have you ever
Hmm.
tried that one? I've never tried it, which is so weird. You can actually buy it at the supermarket at Durex section with like cock.
Yeah, I think the funny thing about cock rings is just by nature of the name. I think a lot of people tend to think it's like just for men. But from what I've heard from like some male friends I've actually been using cock rings, like because the frequency of the vibrations tends to be a lot lower on them. So for men, it doesn't really give that much stimulation, especially because like they're putting it further down the shaft for it to like be in place, and that's kind of the part of the penis that is like the least sensitive. So for I think for men, it doesn't quite do as much. But the great thing about cock rings is it's really, really good for like couple play, because as a woman, like if you're kind of like me and you don't really get a lot of stimulation from the penetrative action, then if a man is actually wearing a cock ring while he's kind of like inside you, then you can get that extra stimulation. Like if you line up the cock ring with your clit while you guys are like, bumping uglies. So yeah, it's yeah, like the way it's marketed, it's really marketed for men, but I think it's actually something that is like very useful for women.
I think it's like, as you said, marketing really well. I think it's marketing for men in order for make it easier to bring to the bed, So like as
Hmm.
we said in the beginning, that men don't like compete with a sex toy kind of thing, but it's kind of like for them, but it's actually not. But they think
Yeah.
it is. So I'm just like, that marketing tool, as you said, probably was created by a woman. She was like, let me trick those smart men. Yeah.
But
So
that but
I
that is
think
such a good point, because I think that is like another thing that needs to be like openly discussed, is like, why is it that a lot of men see a sex toy as a threat? Like I found that, like, in partnerships that I've been in with men, I found it's a lot more difficult to introduce the idea of a sex toy. Like in my experience, it's only ever been with one person that has been like really experimental and adventurous and be like, yeah, like, he loved using sex toys on me and bringing that as an extra dimension into like intercourse. But I feel like with a lot of men, it's like they feel like they have to compete with the sex toy, and it's that kind of typical reaction of like, oh, like you've got all of this dick and you want to use like a rubber silicone thing. Like they are like very offended if you want to like suggest like using one, because it's almost like for them, they feel that it's like I don't know, like you're saying that they're sexually inadequate in terms of pleasing you, so you need to have that extra toy. And I think it's really important for men to understand that it has nothing to do with your dick levels, your dick energy, your dick game, whatever you want to call it, your